two teams coming in tonight are even Steven. Both have won one and lost one. For Underwood Rockets, of course, they won one 49-0. They lost one 49-0. As they defeated Rotsay 49-0, lost to Norman County West by the same tune. Hillcrest opened their season with a 28-6 victory over the Ulen Hitterdal Spartans, and then were dumped very soundly 42-12 by Lake Park just a week ago. Well, for both these teams, a big game here this afternoon, especially so for Hillcrest. In order to stay alive in conference play, they must win here this afternoon. For the Underwood Rockets, they would get another shot, but they'd still like to have this one because this would be a big one in the conference. Before we take a look at the starting lineups, let's first of all see what Jerry Lano has to say about today's ball game. Football coach of the Ulen Hitterdal Spartans. John, how do things look in 83? Well, we got the wrong tape on there.
Far. We're not going to be real
so we'll have to come back to that in just a minute. So let's take a look at the starting lineups. I don't know how we got John Otto on there, but that was a week and a half ago. All right, taking a look at the offensive alignment, as Underwoodville will be receiving the opening kickoff. They'll go at quarterback with Scott Orrin. He's a senior, weighs 145 pounds. They'll run basically out of an I formation with a flank, and they will have Jody Burns at the fullback spot. He's a 156-pounder and a senior. The tailback, or the deep man in the I formation, wearing number 24, will be Jerry Lammers, and Lammers comes in at 175, and he's a senior. The flanker in the ball game will be Lowell Peterson. Peterson at 175 is a sophomore, and he'll wear number 10. Taking a look at their offensive line from the right side across, wearing number 86, Delane Kugler, 160 and a senior. At right tackle with Charlie Warham, 166, and he's a senior. He'll wear number 25. The snapper will be Brian Odegaard, wearing number 50, weighs 160 pounds, and he's a senior. At left tackle, the biggest guy on the field this afternoon will be John Moore. He weighs in at 210. He's a junior. He'll wear number 67. He'll play at left tackle. The left end will be Brooks Anderson, 170. He's a junior, and he'll wear number 80. For the Hillcrest Lutheran Academy Comets on the defense, and they're going to go with a 5-1, or you can call it a 5-3, really, because the corners will be up in pretty tight. But taking a look from the right side across at right end, wearing number 42, 6'1", 180-pound junior, will be Rich Seeland. At right tackle, it'll be Freddie Vargas, wearing number 50, 5'11", a 202-pounder, and he's a senior. The snaz man, the nose guard, will be Jim Bothan, wearing number 31, 5'7" in elevation. He weighs 150 pounds wringing wet, and he's a junior. The left tackle will be Steve Hatlevold, wearing number 54, 5'11", 170, and he's a senior. At the left end spot, wearing number 70, weighing 170 pounds, standing 5'10", it'll be Mike Newhouse, and he's a senior. Taking a look in that 5'1", that middle linebacker will be number 33, Rick Johnson, 6'1", 170, and a senior. On the corners, the right corner will be Ryan Johnson. He wears number 32. He's 6 foot tall, weighs 150 pounds, and he's a junior. At the left corner spot, we get a look at Dale Rognes, wearing number 44, 6 foot tall, 165-pounder, and he's just a junior. The safety will be Nick Mundus, 6'1", 178, a senior, and he wears number 30. We'll be back in 1 minute with more. Pressbrute felt that his club were slower than Underwood or not, but they have left the grass grow pretty well on the turf, and it should probably result in a little bit of a slower field. But it is in really, really excellent condition. Beautiful field. Wind again will not be a factor. If the rains hold off, we should have an excellent afternoon for high school football. Reminder that tonight, K-Jack will be right back on the air, football-wise, as we'll be at Pelican Rapids, where the Vikings will entertain the Rangers of Crosby Ironton. Pelican Rapids, of course, coming from behind last week to defeat the Holly Golden Nuggets 24-15. They are now 1-1 on the season, and for the Rangers of Crosby Ironton, victory. Not a very large crowd out here this afternoon for this ball game. And if we look at the two teams and match them up physically, you'd have to say that Underwood will be the bigger of the two ball clubs. Hillcrest probably will have a little more of the speed in the person of Mundus. Other than that, they'll match up pretty even, Steven. Throwing-wise, well, both quarterbacks very short. Walvotny is about knee-high to a grasshopper throwing for Hillcrest Lutheran Academy. And Scotty Oren, well, he's about the same height as the day he was born. He's not very big. Those are your starting lineups for tonight's ball game, or this afternoon's ball game. The Hillcrest Lutheran Academy band playing down below us. And we'd like to remind you of Ben's Bait in Battle Lake, located on Highway 78 just off 210 as you approach Battle Lake. They'd like to remind you that their minnows are like good women. They never quit working for you. Well, that's got to tell you something. Remember to stop in. They also have one thing going for them. They have probably the greatest assortment of both soft and hard-soled moccasins for sale of any place in the area. So if you're looking for a pair of moccasins, you're looking for some bait, you're looking for some tackle, or you're looking for some novelty choices, the place to go is Ben's Bait, Battle Lake, Highway 78 and 210. Well, both clubs on the field getting ready for the introduction, so we'll stay right here for just a moment and see what will happen. A good crowd across the way from Underwood. And we see slugging Sammy Robbie Olson coming up, enjoying beverage down below the press box here. Excellent press box here. And we certainly like to thank Hillcrest Lutheran Academy for the facilities that they have here. And we're waiting now for the introduction of the starting lineups. And while we're waiting for that, let's go back for 1 minute.
Now is the...
We're waiting for the introduction of the starting lineups. And while we wait for the introductions, we see the Hillcrest Academy color guard down below us getting ready to come out. This, of course, for those of you who don't know it, 9-man football, and this is an Agassiz Valley South Conference ball game. The Agassiz Valley South have just 4 teams in the conference, as they have Lake Park, Audubon, Hillcrest Lutheran Academy, and Underwood. The other teams, the other 5 are in the other half of the bracket, or in the Agassiz Valley North. Waiting now for the introductions and the presentation. We're going to have the presentation of the colors, which means our national anthem as well. So studio, take it for 2 minutes. All right, we're back again, ready to go. Football time. Hillcrest Lutheran Academy. The Comets will put the foot into the football and we'll be ready. Underwood will drop back. They'll drop back deep up the middle with Burns. They come on the near side with Lammers. And over on the far side, let's get a look at it, number 22. That would be Mike Schaub, just a sophomore. Ready to go on what actually is an excellent afternoon for football. Cool, no breeze, no rain, no snow, and I suppose that'll show up pretty soon. All right, ready to go. Mundus will kick the ball away. Mundus comes forward. There's a boot, a high kick, short. Burns goes up, picks it up at the 10 to the 15 to the 20, up the middle to the 25, puts the head down, goes to the 27, and is hit down right there. Coming away from the stack, we get a look at number 33. Off the stack, that would be Rick Johnson, and he got a lot of help, but he was the first one to pop to him. Let's put it down on the 26, 1st and 10. 80-yard field, of course, in 9-man football. Underwood basically like to run out of an I formation. They'll probably come up and foul us up and go deuced in the backfield. No, they come out on the right side with Lowell Peterson as a flank. Line up in an I formation. The deep man is Lammers. The short man in the I is Burns. The quarterback is Oren. Ready. Ball fumbled on the first one. Oren picks it up, and he'll lose a couple yards. As there to pop him down, number 42 would be Rich Seelan. Mishandled the first snap. Boy, a coach hates to see that early, because 9 chances out of 10 is just like the measles. It gets contagious. All right, 2nd down and 12 as the ball moves back inside the 25 at the 24-yard line. Peterson again out on the right side and around the I again. 5-man defensive front. There's a handoff to the tailback and trying to get outside is Lammers. Lammers will get back just past the original line of scrimmage. Maybe pick up a couple past that. We see number 70 coming off the stack would be Newhouse. And also over there we get a look at Steve Hatlevold. It'll be a third down now and about 8 yards to go. Big first third down play of the afternoon as Peterson flanks on the right side. Odd on the defense again as they go to the 5-man defensive front. Deuced in the backfield, bring Lammers in motion. There's a pitch outside. Coming to the outside with the ball is Burns, and Burns is going to be wrapped up as he gets to the 31-yard line. Rod Johnson over there and Rogness both over there to put the popper on him. Johnson really the first one as Rick Johnson got to him first. And it'll be a fourth down and about 5 yards to go. Well, let's see, back in punt formation, it'll be Scott Orn, and going back in deep safety will be Mundus. Ready. The snap is a good snap. Orn gets a kick away. He's got it a mile high, but not too far downfield. Let's see what kind of a roll. It goes out of bounds at about the 39-yard line. Let's see just where they put it down. 39 in the territory of Underwood. Great field position for the Hillcrest Lutheran Academy Comets as they will have their first offensive look at the ball. That ball was about 50 yards up and 8 yards downfield. Could have sliced it up into 10-yarders. All right, now Hillcrest out. They line up in a single setback as they double wing now. They put a wing on each side. The single setback is Rogness, a new look for Hillcrest. All right, there's the snap. Walvatney is the quarterback. Walvatney pitches back. Rogness turns the corner, hit down by the corner man as he gets to the 38-yard line. And over there to pop him down on a good defensive play, that time was Scotty Orn. Let's give him 1 second down and 9. And that is a mighty short one he got. First time we've seen Hillcrest with that. They split their two halfbacks out as flanks, actually. And then they went with a single setback. Now they go back to the I formation. In the slot on the left side is Bothan. There's a handoff to Mundus. Mundus tries to get off the right side. He'll get about a half a yard, and that's all. And right there in the bottom of the stack coming away, we get a look at Brian Odegaard, number 5-0. Also John Moore over there to help out. Third down, and still at 9 yards to go. Well, maybe we're going to have a defensive struggle here. Hard to tell. This is just the first offensive look for Hillcrest. Underwood have had one. Now they go back to the double sets in the backfield, flank on the left side. Odd man defense for Underwood. Back to Watney keeps, rolls to the outside, tries to find some running room. He's going to be hit down as he gets to about the 34-yard line. Over there popping him out of bounds on the play was Burns, and Burns got help from Scott Orn. That'll not be enough for the first down. They're about 4 yards short. We're in the first period. We're scoreless. Agassiz Valley South Conference football game. 8:30 remaining in the first period. And I don't think that we're going to see anyone putting any of the foot into the football on this one. Up over the ball comes Hillcrest, led out by Newhouse. Now they split those two halfbacks out, or double wing them, whichever way you want to go. So set back Rogness, back to throw Walvatney. They'll screen it up the middle. The pass was in behind Mundus. Had a little running room, but coming up there to cover very quickly was Lanners and Odegaard. So I don't think he'd have had much chance to get the first down. Underwood will take over just about where they lost a cotton-picking football just a few moments ago. They have it at the 33-yard line in their territory, 1st and 10. Coming up over the ball is Brian Odegaard, 160-pound senior, as Peterson flanks on the right side, and they line up in a I formation. Hillcrest now go even on the defense. All right, ready to go. That ball is fumbled again, and falling on it, diving forward to get on the ball, was number 30. That'd be Jody Burns. Looked like Orn might have pulled out there just a little bit quick, and Jody Burns coming forward made the dive on the ball, and it'll be second down and about 10 yards to go. Well, that's the very same way that Underwood started their first series of down on a mishandle at the snap. All right, ready to go. Odd on the defense. Ball fumbled again. And they have to fall on again. That's a third fumble in 6 offensive goes at the ball. And Underwood asked for a timeout, maybe going to get a pot of glue and put on the meat hooks because they haven't been able to hang on to that squealing pig, and we'll go back to our studios for 30 seconds. All right, we're back again. Coach Jerry Lano out talking to the Rockets, and Dick Risboot talking to the Comets. Coming out now on the right side, Lowell Peterson on the flank as they'll line up in a deuce in the backfield. Odd on the defense. They're going with a 5-1 on the defense right now. There's Orrin back to throw. He's getting pressure, fires it out. Wide open. Lammers down the sideline. Lammers will be short of the first down as he goes down at about the 38 in the territory of Hillcrest Lutheran Academy. Looked like from here over there, the tackle made by number 34, Sieber. Or 32, excuse me, 32. That'd be Ryan Johnson. All right. Lowell Peterson out on the right side in an I formation this time. Orrin barks out the signals. Orrin hands off Lammers. He's going to have the first down as he'll go to the 35, inside the 35 to about the 34 and a half, and coming off the bottom of the stack, number 54, if we read it right, that would be Playley. If we've got the right numbers here, let's check the number on him. 54. Oh, that Hatlevold. We looked on the wrong side. Fumble, and I think Hillcrest come up with it on the snap. Rick Johnson came away with the ball. Oh, I tell you, Underwood, they're playing, I don't want it, you can have it. It's too hot for me right now. That's the 5th time they've fumbled the ball, but they came up with 4 of them, and they lost this one. 1 out of 5 may not be a very good hitting percentage in baseball, but officials timeout, having a little trouble with the chain on the far side. Now they've got it. Only 2 basic rule changes in high school football this year. There is no longer offside. It's all encroachment. And you have to have a nub end on the stakes. You can't have the sharp pointed end again. So what? All right, ready to go. I formation. Flank on the left side. Walvotny back to throw. Walvotny gets it out on the near side. Oh, and nearly picked off by Lammers. Boy, he floated that pass out there. Lammers had to come up with that. He'd had nothing but green grass into the end zone. Boy, that looked like a dying swan when he threw that one out there. A wounded duck. 7:02 remaining in the opening period. Scoreless, Underwood and Hillcrest Lutheran Academy. Line up with a deuce in the backfield. Odd on the defense. And there's going to be encroachment. And this will go against Brad Odegaard. Brad Odegaard will pick up that penalty. Number 42. That'll bring it up with a nose just nuzzling the midfield stripe, which is the 40-yard stripe in 9-man football. Hillcrest will come out. Let's see how they'll line. Ragnes and Mundus will be the 2 setbacks. Flank comes out on the left side. And here's going to be a procedure penalty on number 32 for Hillcrest. That would be Ryan Johnson. He got a head start. So they yo-yo those 5 yards right back again. Boy, 5 fumbles, 4 penalties. Well, you expect those in the first game of the season, but on your third ball game, it's frustrating for the coaches and the players alike. Deuced in the backfield, flank left. Walvotny rolls left. He's going to be horse-collared. He gets away from 1 tackler, gets back and loses 2, but the guy who really made that play go was Jerry Lammers. He had him way back. He shook away. Walvotny got away from him and got back to the 33-yard line, and that's all. He was met there by a host of Underwood Rockets. Boy, right now, neither one of these ball clubs have shown any offense whatsoever. Mundus is back in punt formation. There's a short snap, flag on the play. There's Mundus getting the kick away as they kicked on third down. There's a flag on the play. Let's see what this is for. It rolls dead at the 10-yard line. Now, it certainly couldn't be a procedure against Mundus as he was going backwards, and one man in the backfield has that right. Inadvertent flag. Well, that's the only thing he could have been thrown the flag on was that particular thing, but Mundus is just like a back in motion because he was dropping straight back. The ball is dead at the 10. And Underwood will come from their 10-yard line. Boy, this is a place they don't want to drop the ball. Line up in a deuce in the backfield, flank right. Horn, hands off, first man, trying to get some running room. Burns, and he's going to be hit right at the 10-yard line. Coming away, we see number 33. It'd be Rick Johnson. And Nick Mundus also in on the play. Hillcrest have gone to that 5-3. And actually, what it amounts to, pretty near like a 7-man line as the corners come up in pretty close. Hillcrest on the defense. Second down and 8 yards to go. They say he got to the 12. Orn barks him out. I formation. Orn, hands off. Lammers to the outside. Lammers hits down as he gets to the 19-yard line. Rognus is the one who tripped him up, and then he fell forward right into the hands of Hatlevold. And he's going to be about a yard short of the first down. Big hole that time on the left defensive side of Hillcrest line. Third down and about 3. Burns limping very definitely on the far side. All right, here we go again out of the I formation. There's a handoff, and Lammers is going to be close. He got the first down, I do believe, on good second effort. Number 70, 42, and 54. Newhouse, Hatlevold, and 74 would be Vestal. Billy Vestal. Boy, we got a wrong one. No, Vestal not in there. We missed the number. Somebody with a 4. We won't give credit. Rognus possibly. Officials timeout. They're going to bring the change in. And, boy, if there's a pimple on the end of the football, that's going to be the difference in this first down. Or if they've scuffed off the end of the football. Boy, you got less than 6 inches. You got a fourth down, and you're at your 20-yard line. What do you do now? Well, I remember a guy over at Rotsey who used to go for it with 4th and 7 and 8 back at his 20-yard line. That was the year that Rotsey won the state championship in 1972, the first 9-man championship that was ever played off. All right, I formation. Let's see if Burns will sneak. He does. He's going to get the first down as he gets over the 20, about the 21-yard line. Hatlevold and Rick Johnson coming away from the play. But enough for the first down. Boy, you can't say that Jerry Lano's playing it close to the vest. Coming out on the right side, Mike Schaub now, a sophomore. As Burns is not in there right now. Back to throw. Orn, he's got his man down there. He's behind everybody. Pass interference, no doubt. Mundus gets the pass interference call. He was face guarding, came up on the front side. He was doing about everything you can't do legally. Big number 30 was all over him, and that's a no-no. They'll bring it back and step it off. And that will come out 10 yards now as we are playing 9-man football. A couple of years ago finally made some smart moves as far as the rules are concerned. Instead of a 15-yard penalty, they've cut them to 10. I tell you, a 15-yard penalty on an 80-yard field is a pretty good chunk of real estate. All right, Peterson goes out on the left side. They run into backfield now with Brad Odegaard and Lammers. Back to throw Orn. Orn fires it on the side. Incomplete. Oh, I'll tell you, that hit number 80. That would be Brooks Anderson right in the worst place it could have, in the hands. And he dropped it. He had about 9 yards on that one. Couldn't find the handle on it. All right, they come out again. Coming on the right side is Mike Schaub, sophomore, 141-pounder. I formation, 5 down linemen. And we're going to see encroachment. Now, you can say if you're listening and watching, the official gives you the offside penalty sign. Well, the sign remains the same, but the term is encroachment, no longer offside. Well, I'll tell you, those guys fiddle-faddle around with those rules like they got nothing else to do. All right, ready to go. 2nd down and 5. Underwood up over the ball. I formation, flank right. Back to throw Orn has all day. His man is wide open. Oh, great catch at the 8-yard line. Great catch by Mike Schaub. Just a sophomore, and that was right on the fingertips. He had to dive as he made the catch, and we knew it was a Schaub because Michelle Schaub was up here screaming the minute the ball was thrown. 36-yard aerial. And once again, able to get behind that secondary of Hillcrest. 1st and goal at, they say, the 9. I formation. Flank comes right. There's the snap. Hand off Lammers. Lammers fights his way to the 5, to the 4, and he's hit down there. The guy who finally put him down, number 54, would be Hatlevold. And also over there, we got to look at Ryan Johnson, but not until he went to the 5, about a 4-yard gain. They got to go all the way in. They cannot get a first down. They got to get the TD. All right, Hillcrest digging in on the defense. I formation. Flank on the left side this time. Orn barks him out. Orn to Lammers. Hit beautifully right at the line of scrimmage by Rick Johnson. Actually lost about a yard. It'll be 3rd down now and a little better than 5 for the TD. As Hillcrest go to their goal line defense, play coming in from the bench for Underwood. Lowell Peterson coming back in as he replaces Mike Schaub. Lowell Peterson will flank on the left side. Hillcrest in their goal line defense. Deuced in the backfield by Underwood. Down the line. Keep by Orn. Slides and falls to the turf at the 5. Flag on the play. Flag on the play. And a hold against Underwood. Ooh, that's going to hurt. Not only do you slide on your kazoo at the 6, you get a penalty, which are going to put you back. Well, you got it. It's decision time now. This penalty would take it out to about the 16-yard line, which would give him 2 downs again, 3rd and 4th down. And certainly you want to get him as far away from that goal line as you can, so they take the penalty, and it'll come out to the 16. It'll be 3rd down and still goal to go. Well, Underwood, after the great pass catch by Mike Schaub, finding trouble moving the ball. Coming out on the right side is Mike Schaub again. Let's see if he runs that slant again against Rognus. There he goes on that same slant pattern. This time they fire out on the near side to Brooks Anderson, and Anderson is hit down at the 7-yard line on a good tackle by Mundus. Over there to help Mundus out that time was Rick Johnson, but Mundus was the guy that had him. And we got a 4th down. Here's decision time. You got anyone that can kick? Coming in the ball game, number 76, Artie Johansson, a junior. He'll put the ball down right smack at the 15. He'll have to kick it 25 yards to get it through the uprights. No, he just brought the tee in. John Moore is going to kick it. That's what we thought it would be. Ready? The snap is good. The ball is down. The kick is up. Looks good. It is. Underwood lead it 3-0 on the 25-yard boot. And we'll be back in 30 seconds.
You've heard many times that they just don't make things the way they used to. Well, Jane's Upholstery firmly believes this statement.
That drive started when the punt rolled dead at Underwood's 10. They went 70 yards on that drive for the 3 points. Moore will kick the ball away. We had Artie Johansson in the ball game. He just brought the tee out and then retreated. All right, ready to go. Back deep, Mundus. Here's a kick. Good kick. This is going to go right down to the 5. Mundus at the 5. He's to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, and spun down as he gets to the 35-yard line. The last guy to have a shot at him, number 40, that would be Brian Quall. He tripped him up as Mundus cut back. Had he gotten by him, it had been goodbye, Hannah. 6 on the board for Hillcrest Lutheran Academy. 3-0. Underwood lead it. That was a 25-yard kick, actually, from the line of scrimmage. It was just 15. All right, ready to go. Out to the 34. He started at about the 5-yard line. Ready to go. Walvotny hands off. And no running room for Rognus as he came off the left side. Wrapped up very quickly there on the play by Brad Odegaard. They say forward progress to the 32. But still a loss of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 12 yards to go. Boy, so far in this ballgame on the defense, Underwood's defensive line just absolutely eating up Hillcrest Lutheran Academy, and they've got to start cutting them out of there if they're going to get back in the ball game. Single setback this time is Rognus, and all kinds of movement on that. Mundus breaks the outside. Mundus down the sideline. He's going to be hit out of bounds. Good gain down to the 25, but I think we'll see a procedure call. A legal procedure against Hillcrest Lutheran Academy. Everybody but the coach was popping up and down on that one before the snap. Great run by Mundus as he went to the right side. And instead of getting 5, 10, 15, 22 yards on the play, you lose 5. In banking business, that's a 27-yard loss. The ball will come back now at about the 27. Hillcrest coming up over the ball, leading him out over the ball. Hatlevo now ready. Walvotny barking him out. Walvotny, they counter back to Mundus. Mundus going to be hit at the line of scrimmage. Good defensive play. Lammers was the first one to get to him. And then coming up there to make the stop on him finally was Moore. But Lammers was the one that spun him. A little counter coming back did not work for him. And there's the end of the first period with Underwood leading Hillcrest 3-0. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Lake Region Veterinary Center is happy to be a part of the Elbow Lake community.
He has it picked off on the far side, and down to the 15-yard line goes Brian Odegaard. And Underwood right back in business. In that first period, Hillcrest with 1 yard offensively. Underwood with 74 yards. And Underwood knocking on the door again. Playing that zone defense on the pass play. Stepping right up in front, picking that one off was Brian Odegaard. He picked it off at about the 27, 28-yard line. Got it back, they say, went out of bounds at the 15. Deuced in the backfield. Burns back in the ball game. There's back to throw. Orrin fires it down. End zone. Touchdown. As the pass this time goes to Brooks Anderson. More to Brooks Anderson. And at a 15-yard aerial. And that comes with 11:39 to go in the second period. And all of a sudden is 9-zip. Moore will try to put the 10th point on the board. All right, ready. The snap, high. He gets it down. The kick is up. It's good. 10-0 Underwood. We'll be back in a minute. Moore will kick the ball away. Mundus deep. There's Moore's kick. This one hit pretty well. Rognus fields it at the 4. Comes to the near side, trying to get a wall on the side. He comes right up the middle and then hit down at the 22-yard line. Making the defensive play that time was Bruce Quall, who tripped him up. Flag on the play. Flag, there's a crackback block below the knee, and that'll take it back. Let's see, the flag is laying up there at the 26-yard line. Boy, I'll tell you, some days it doesn't pay to get out of the sack, and right now Dick Risbrut has got to feel that's that kind of a day for the Hillcrest Academy Comets. Into the ball game comes Jim Soholt. At that quarterback spot. All right, back at their 11-yard line. Ready. There's a handoff. Mundus puts his head down, goes over the 15 and down about the 18-yard line. Moore was the one who got to him, but the guy who finally fell on him, we give credit to Brian Odegaard. A lot of times on a tackle, a guy who doesn't get the credit is the guy who really spins him around or slows him down, and then somebody else pounces on him, gets credit for the tackle. So we like to, if possible, mention the guy who really was instrumental in causing the tackle. Mundus is a deep man in that I formation. Soholt, the quarterback, hands off Mundus, puts his head down, no running room. Boy, the guy who really stacked him up that time was Brad Odegaard. And I'll tell you, that defensive alignment of Underwood really taken over in this ball game here in the first half. Rognus will come back in. Hillcrest Lutheran Academy coming up over the ball. They were state runners-up in 9-man football a year ago. All right, flank comes right out of the I formation. Soholt barks him out. Soholt throws the ball pretty well. Hands off to Mundus. Mundus will get out close to the 20-yard line. He's going to be a couple of yards short of the first down as yet. And it'll be a 4th down situation with about 2 yards to go. Charlie Warham comes in the ball game. All right, back in single safety goes Jody Burns. Mundus will kick the ball away from about his 10-yard line. Burns is back at the 25. He's expecting a heck of a kick. All right, there's a snap. Good snap. The kick. A line drive type kick. Bounces at the 35. Rolls down to Burns at the 25. Burns fights his way up to the 31-yard line, and he's popped down right there very hard that time by Rick Johnson. Boy, that was a blue darter, a frozen rope, a line drive type kick. And it went to the 31. Kicked it from the 10. That'd be 10, 35 yards on the kick. So far in this ball game, not much joy for Hillcrest Lutheran Academy. Well, we see the guys from Lake Park over here taking a busman's holiday. All right, ready to go. Back to throw. He airs it out. Back behind everybody. Brooks Anderson. He'll go to the 5-yard line. Brooks Anderson, as he got one right on the numbers from Orange. And that's a 44-yard aerial as Brooks took that right on the fingertips. 2 great grabs. Schaub a moment ago, and now Brooks Anderson with this one. Boy, and I'll tell you, Orange has had him right on the fingertips. If you give Oren time to throw, because he's not very big, unless you can get your hands up and give him a rush, he's going to give you fits. All right, ready again. From the 5-yard line, 1st and goal. Oren barks him out, fumbles the ball. That's been his bugaboo so far in this ball game. I believe, unofficially, that's the 5th time they've fumbled the ball here in the first half. They lost one. They've lost one. Well, we see all of Lake Park over here. Mr. Munson made his way over as well, I see. All right, ready to go. His son is a quarterback, end for Lake Park. Now they put Lammers in motion. There's a pitch out. Burns is hit on a great defensive play, and I think we're going to see an illegal block on Lammers on top of it. All right, we'll wait and see now. It's coming off the play would be Newhouse. Oh, did he make a play back at the 7-yard line? Yes, it's going to go against Lammers. Lammers ended up getting up on the backside with a clip. Now they're going to take the penalty. There it is. It's the clip. There's no doubt because Lammers, now there's one of those situations, the ball carrier comes out, he makes a juke for you, and all of a sudden when you get ready to block, he's going back the other way, and you're blocking up on the rump side, and that's going to hurt you. All right, ready to go. Out of a deuce in the backfield. Let's see if Orn will air one out. Orn drops straight back. Orn looks. Orn under heavy traffic. Orn is going to be hit down. And Orn is claiming face mask, but a big loss as coming into the tackle him was Rick Thielen back at the 28-yard line. Well, all of a sudden, the Underwood Express is derailed. They're going backwards. They were at the 5 where they had a first down and goal to go. Now they're at the 27 with third down and goal to go. Well, let's see if they'll get... Schaub is out on the side. Let's see if he runs a slant again. No, he's going straight downfield. Here's the screen out on the side. Brooks Anderson. Anderson down the sideline, hit out of bounds as he gets to the 16 to 17-yard line. Over there popping him good is Ryan Johnson. Mundus also over there, and Hatlevold there as well. Well, it'll be a fourth down. And let's see now if Mr. Moore will try to boot one through the uprights from this point. They're bringing in the tee. And apparently they have taken a timeout. Apparently not. Well, we haven't had a signal on it, but they're standing around having a summit conference. They're lining up as if to kick the ball, but their kicker is not in the ball game. Orn must be their deep kicker, otherwise you're going to fake one right here. There's a snap. Back to throw. They look. Fires a dying swan up, and that's deflected incomplete. Boy, that ball nearly died before it got to the end of its course. It was thrown so softly. Throwing the ball that time was Mike Schaub. I don't think that faked out a cotton-picking sole in the joint. They knew that the Schaub was either going to throw it or he was going to pitch back to Orn, and Orn was going to throw it. Anyway, it didn't work, and Hillcrest Lutheran Academy will have the ball at their 16-yard line. First and 10 Hillcrest, as they really dodged the bullet there with first and goal at the 5-yard line. Now they split both those halfbacks out, one to the right, one to the left. The sole setback is Rognus. Back to throw is Sohold. He's the better passer of the two. Fires it up the middle. Intercepted on a great play by Schaub. Mike Schaub stepped right in front of Mundus. The pass was thrown a little bit in behind Mundus, but Schaub did a good job, intercepted at the 38 in the territory of Underwood. They have the ball back again. Mundus really got double coverage on that all the way, and I think that's what you're going to see every time it's a passing situation, because 9 chances out of 10, he's going to be the guy they want to get the ball to. First and 10 Underwood at the 38 in their territory. They deuce it in the backfield, run against an odd defensive alignment. There's Burnt, fumbles the ball again, or Orn fumbled it again. He got back to line of scrimmage, and that's it. Making sure he got no further was Rick Johnson. That is the 6th time that Orn has dropped the ball. They have lost 1 out of the 6. That's a heck of a record for recovering your fumbles. But it's a heck of a record having 6 fumbles in the first half with 6:15 still to go. All right, let's see how they go this time. They deuce it in the backfield. Flank goes right out on the defense again. And there's Orrin keeping, turning, going to the 36-yard line, territory of Hillcrest. That time, I think they had a little mix-up in the plays. Someone came by on the wrong side of Orrin, and all he did was turn around and headed into the line of scrimmage. He picked up to the 36 in the territory of Hillcrest. Be about a 5-yard scamper on that one. Vargas making the defensive play that time. We were so busy watching Orrin on that one. All right, we go I formation, flank right. Back to throw is Orrin. Orrin looks, has lots of time. Fires it downfield. Schaub is there. Incomplete. Both guys going for the ball. Somebody might have hollered a little bit of interference, but I don't see where they call it. It was actually, had it been thrown stronger, I think Schaub might have caught up with it. But it was underthrown, and Hillcrest Rockness went up and batted it away. It'll be 4th down. Trying to gobble up the whole yardage on one big play instead of being satisfied with the short ones. Orrin back in punt formation. He will kick the ball away from his 35 if he does, in fact, kick the ball. All right, ready to go. The snap, the kick. He nearly blocked. He gets a high kick away, but not too long as that end turned down very quickly, and it'll go down somewhere around the 17-yard line. And timeout on the field. We'll be back in 30. Again, even on that snap, Orrin mishandled a snap and still got the punt away. He only got 19 yards on it. And the ball, they say, on about the 17, 18-yard line, territory of Hillcrest. Hillcrest have had no offense whatsoever so far in this ball game. 8 total yards so far in the ball game. Boy, you don't win many ball games that way. All right, ready to go. They put those two halfbacks out as flanks again, run with a single setback. Even line on the defense. Back to throw Soholt. Soholt has plenty of time, fires it out. Pass nearly intercepted by Anderson. Pass was intended downfield that time for Dyrud. He did not get to it, and coming up, Brooks Anderson stepped in front and whacked it down. Not enough mustard on that ball. They got to get some zip on it. That time, Brooks Anderson came from about 10 yards this side of the play and ran up there and whacked it down. All right, ready to go again. Deuce in the backfield, flank right. Odd on the defense this time. Soholt back to throw. He rolls right. Now fires it right up the middle, and he throws it in behind Mundus again. Mundus was open that time, but the pass thrown in behind him. Well, being as how it's still baseball season, it's just like a pitcher who's wild all over the joint. High, wide, and handsome. Plenty. Twins the last few days have been getting darn good pitching. And they played some good ball clubs. They are a young ball club. We always maintain they need a couple of old men on the ball club to kind of stabilize it. I don't know what Hillcrest is going to need here. They got to get some offense pretty soon. All right, so hold back. There's a little draw to Mundus. He's nailed behind the line of scrimmage. For a loss of about 3 by John Moore. The ball goes back now to about the 13-yard line. Boy, Moore came through unmolested, and they tried to run a little draw play to Mundus, but everybody was there, and especially John Moore, 210-pound junior. All right, Mundus back in punt formation. Burns will be back this time about the 35 in his territory. Mundus not back too far this time, only about 10, 11 yards. Oh, there's offside, or encroachment. Encroachment that time going against Brian Odegaard. They had a little longer snap count that time, and Odegaard wanted to get the head start. and he got his big dogs across the line that cost him 5. It'll be 4th down, about 8 yards to go. All right, up over the ball come Hillcrest. All right, ready for the snap. Long count again. Snap is good. The kick, a high, booming kick. Burns will field it at his 31. Cuts to the near side and is hit down after he picked up by 2. There's a flag on the play. Tackle that time made by Rich Seelan. Also over there would be Vargas. But let's see what the play is. The ball came away afterwards. Let's see what the flag's all about. There's that clip. Now that again is caused by your back. That time Burns acted like he was going to come to the outside, and then when he turned around to go the other way, the guy was already throwing the block, and he kept him on the backside. All right, the ball will go back to the 21. Underwood will come offensively. They lead 10-0 in the ball game with 3:40 to go in the first half. Up over the ball. They line up in an I formation. Flank is on the right side. They got to get the chain right. Now they've got it set. Vargas coming in the ball game. Hillcrest go 5-1 on the defense once again. Burns hands off Lammers. Lammers breaks a couple of tackles. He's at the 30 and down at the 30-yard line. Tackle there made by Ryan Johnson. But let's give him about 7.5 on the play. Let's make it 8, 2nd down and 2. Lammers really a hard-nosed football player. Number 86 coming in the ball game is Delane Kugler for Underwood. Dyrud in there on defense for Hillcrest. Deuced in the backfield. Odd on the defense. Flank goes right on the offense. There's a pitch back. Trying to get outside with the ball this time is Brad Odegaard. He's going to be hit down. No gain on the play. Mundus is over there. Also coming away from the bottom of the stack, we see 7-0, and that is Newhouse. Third down and about 1.5 yards. We'll give him a cat's whisker on that gain. Up over the ball. Schaub comes out on the left side. Let's see if he runs a slant. He has run the slant 3 out of the 4 times that he has come out in this position. This time kept by Orn, and Orn is going to get the first down as he went to the right side. Fake coming through on the left side, went to the right, got enough for the first down as he got out to about the 33-yard line. 2 minutes, 9 seconds remaining in the first half. Underwood topside at 10-0. A field goal by Moore, covered 25 yards from point of kick, culminating a 70-yard drive, and then an aerial from to Brooks Anderson at 11:39, got him the other touchdown. Orn is back in punt formation. He's being shagged. Now he breaks out, comes up to the 30, and gets back close to the original line of scrimmage. Back to harassing him in the backfield was Dyrud, but he couldn't catch up with him. And finally coming up to make the defensive play was Vargas. Second down, and for all intents about 10. Deuced in the backfield, flank right. There's a handoff, Lammers. Lammers fights his way, bowls over a couple, and rolls out to the 39-yard line. Rogness is there, also Rick Johnson. It'll be third down and about 4 yards to go for the first down as the clock rolls down into the final minute of the first half. 49 seconds to be exact remaining in the first half. Hillcrest with unofficially only about 8 yards here in the first half. 5 yards. Oh, yeah, forgot the loss. 5 total yards in the first half. still only out of the ball game 10-0, so they're still alive. All right, there's Orrin back to throw. He looks. He fires it downfield. His man is wide open. Oh, he dropped the ball. Lowell Peterson wanted to run before he caught it at the 8. He got behind Rognus and Ryan Johnson, and Lowell Peterson started to look for the TD. He had 6 points in the eyeballs and dropped the pigskin. 4th down. 21 seconds to go in the first half. 10-0. Underwood asked for a timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds. All right, we're back again. We have 21 seconds showing on the scoreboard clock. I don't know whether the game is that bad or not, but Kim Hepela is yawning to our left. Of course, he keeps them pretty late hours. That's probably why he's yawning. 4th down and about 4 yards to go. Well, let's see if Underwood will kick the ball away and go down leading 10-0, or if they'll try to go for the bomb and get something else on the board. It has been all Underwood here in the first half, although the score, as we said, is still just 10-0. Orrin back in punt formation. He has not kicked well so far in this ballgame. There's a snap, good snap, the kick. This time he got a good booming kick away. It'll drop and take a Underwood roll, and it'll roll dead at the 5-yard line. Good kick that time by Orrin. And downing the ball down there was Brian Odegaard. Hillcrest will have 1st and 10 with 11 seconds to go in the first half at their 5-yard line. 36-yard punt. And Mr. Larson is not smiling too much today. Charlie Warm, who has been an outstanding offensive tackle for him today, is coming in on the defense right now. And there's the end of the first half. They just let the clock run out. So at halftime, the score, Underwood Rockets 10, Hillcrest Lutheran Academy Comets nothing. And Underwood have won the first half of this celestial battle. And we'll be back in 1 minute with the story. First half, as we said, totally dominated by Underwood. Underwood got on the board with 1:25 to go in the first period when Moore from the 15-yard line booted one through the uprights, made it 3-0. And that culminated a 70-yard drive for the 3 points. In the second period, Orrin hit Brooks Anderson with a 15-yard aerial at 11:39, made it 9-0, and then Moore kicked it through the uprights again. It was 10-0, and that's the way we are right here at halftime. And you got to believe that Dick Risbrud and his staff have to be happy, if you can be happy being behind in the ball game, by being behind only 10-0 here at halftime. Because if you look at the stats, Hillcrest without a first down in the first half. They have no yards passing. They have a total of just 5 yards rushing. For Underwood, they have 6 first downs, 122 yards passing, 34 yards rushing, and a total of 156 yards in that first half as opposed to 5. Lammers is leading Underwood rushing, 8 rushes for 30 yards. Hillcrest, Walvotny, the quarterback, 1 rush for 5 yards, and that is their total yardage. So here at halftime, Underwood Rockets 10, Hillcrest Lutheran Academy nothing. We'll be back in about 10 minutes with the second half. Okay, I guess you gave it back to us when we were talking to you. Okay, ready to go. Second half of play. 10-0, Underwood leading it, and if you've just come Mike's side, it all came about with a field goal by Moore. He kicked it from the 15, so going through the uprights would give him 25 on it. That came at 125, culminating a 70-yard drive. Then, in the second period, Orrin hit Brooks Anderson, 15-yard aerial at 11:39 made it 9-0, and Moore again split the uprights, and that's the way we are here at halftime. And if you've just come with us, Dick Risbert and his staff, if you can be satisfied in something like this, you have to be satisfied you're only behind 10-0 because Hillcrest have only had 5 yards total in the entire first half and are still only down 10-0, so they're very much alive in the ball game if they can get some kind of an offense going. Second half, Agassiz Valley South football. Reminder tonight we'll be at Pelican Rapids, where the Pelican Rapids Vikings, the Orange Crush crew, will be going against the Crosby Ironton Rangers. And we're waiting now for the two teams to come back out. Halftime intermission is now over. There's a toot on the tutor by the official trying to get the teams out. Here they come out. Underwood will be kicking it away as we open the third period of play. Hillcrest, of course, always dangerous because Mundus can score from a long ways out. He had one good run this afternoon. That was called back as a result of a penalty. But the Hillcrest offensive line are going to have to do a better job of handling that defensive front of Underwood. John Moore will kick the ball away. Mundus will be deep up the middle of the far side with Rognus, on the near side with Jim Bothan. 10-0, Underwood lead it. Big Agassiz Valley South football game. 9-man variety. Moore is ready. There's the whistle. Moore comes forward. There's a boot, a high kick. Rognus will field it at about the 3. Comes to the near side. He's at the 10. He's at the 15. He's at the 20. Hit down at the 21-yard line. Coming off the stack would be number 54, Philip Play. And also number 86 coming out of there would be Delane Kugler. First and 10, Hillcrest as they come offensively at their own 21. They're on the short end of the stick to Underwood's Rockets, 10-0. Up over the ball, they line up in an I. Coming out on the flank on the right side is Ryan Johnson. The deep man in the I is Mundus. Soholt, the quarterback. Soholt barks him out. Hands off Mundus. Mundus outside. Lammers pounds him down as he picks up 2 coming to the right side. Now, really, Underwood right now on the defense, I believe, watching the way they played it, that Lammers is really keying on Mundus. Wherever Mundus goes, Lammers is going. That is merely our observation of what's happening here so far in this ball game. Up over the ball again, out of the I. Underwood go even with 4 down linemen. Soholt back to throw. Soholt looks, fires it out, near side, pass complete to Seelan. They picked up about, let's see, they got about 2 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd down and about 5 yards to go. Rognus will come back in the ball game. Hillcrest taking a lot of time. Now they come up over the ball. Snapper will be John Simonson. Deuce in the backfield. Soholt rolls back. Soholt looks, fires up. His man is there. Oh, off the fingertips of Dyrud up at about the 34 in the territory of Underwood. He got behind and over on the far side of the defenders, and it'll be a 4th down. Boy, he was there. That would have been a foot race then to see who'd get to the end zone. 10 minutes, 54 seconds remaining in the third period of play. As going back in single safety will be Scott Orn. Mundus in punt formation. The snap, good snap. The kick. This is a floater type kick. It'll bounce and roll dead at the 31-yard line territory of Underwood. And Underwood will come offensively for the first time here in the second half. 23-yard kick. Well, we'll check the defense now and see if they made any change. And it looks like they're going to go with the odd man defense again. I formation. There's a flip back to Lammers. Lammers to the outside, cuts back into the middle. He'll go to the 39-yard line. He's hit down there in the grasp of Ryan Johnson. Also over there would be Jimmy Bothan. And it'll be a second down. Let's give him about 8. Second down and 2. Underwood taking a lot of time in the huddle. Now they break out. Coming up over the ball will be Odegaard. They line up in an I, flank left. Orrin looks at the sets. They're all ready to go. Orrin down the line, hands off. Going off the right side, Brad Odegaard. He's going to get the first down, I do believe, 39-yard line, territory of Hillcrest. Coming away on the defensive play was Rick Johnson. And we'll wait and see if they bring the chains in or not. First down. First down by about half the length of the football. Underwood on the move. They had 156 yards offensively in the first half to 5 yards for Hillcrest. I formation, flank dumped around on the right side. They want the clock to run. There it goes. All right, ready. The snap. Orrin pitches back. Lammers to the outside. He's at midfield. He'll get 1 as he went off the right side. Rogness over to put the stop on him. Good open field tackle by Rogness. It'll be second down. They say just back to the line of scrimmage. Second down and 10. Ten to nothing. Underwood lead it. Underwood up over the ball. The short man in that I formation is Brad Odegaard. Orrin barking him out. Up, here's going to be encroachment, or procedure rather, against number 86. That would be Delane Kugler. And they'll step off 5 against the Underwood Rockets. It'll be a second down and 15 yards to go. That's the 7th penalty of the ball game against Underwood. Total of 53 yards assessed against them. And they fumbled the ball 6 times and recovered all but 1 of those. So Underwood really fortunate to be out in front this way. Lammers cutting the outside. Lammers at the 40. Lammers pops out of bounds. As he gets to the 36, Mundus knocks him out there. Charlie Warm shaking up a little bit on the play, but he's up. I think he got some of the ozone popped out of the tummy. Third down now, and still have about 7.5 to go for the first down as the clock rolls down to 8:53 remaining in the third period. These two teams coming in with identical 1-1 records. I formation, flank right, odd man defense. Orrin back to throw. He looks, he fires it out on the side, complete, and a good pop by Mundus, but not before they got the first down on the pass completions to Brad Odegaard. He gets it at the 36-yard line. First and 10 Underwood at the 36 in the territory of Hillcrest. Really, the name of this game has been the defense of Underwood, as they have held Hillcrest to absolutely nothing. I formation, flank left. Orrin the quarterback. Orrin hands off. Lammers outside. Turns inside and goes to the 22-yard line. He's knocked down there by Jimmy Bothan. They put the ball back 1 yard. Say the knee went back down, back a yard, so it'll be at the 22-yard line. It'll be 8 second down, and let's say about 6 yards to go. Schaub comes out now as a flank on the left side. He can scoot. The I formation. Orrin hands off Lammers. Lammers up the middle, spins his way, goes to the 16-yard line. Rogness is there, also in on the play. We get a look at Jimmy Bothan. And it'll be a third down now, and about a yard to go for the first down as Underwood's Rockets are on the move again. They got their jets going. Low Peterson flanks on the right side. Hillcrest odd on the defense. There's Orn handoff. Lammers goes inside the 15 to the 14. That's enough for the first down. On the bottom of that pile comes Hatlevold, but not until they picked up the first down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. Right smack dab on the 15. Odegaard will lead him out over the ball as Orn takes a look. He's the quarterback. He sees the I formation, turns, hands off Lammers. Lammers gets about 2 as he comes off the left side. Defensively, making the stop is Bothan and Rick Johnson. Let's give him about 2 on the play. Bothan also over on that one. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Peterson flanks this time on the left side, and they run out of a deuce in the backfield. The deuce men are Odegaard and Lammers. There's a pitch back to Lammers, turns the corner. He's going to get down and out of bounds around the 11-yard line. As over there to pop him out, we get a look at Rick Johnson. Also over there on the play was Ryan Johnson. Pair of good old Irishmen, Ryan and Rick Johnson. Underwood on the move. They already lead in the ball game, 10-0. A field goal and an aerial touchdown. Artie Johansson, we saw him rush in with the tee a little while ago, and we thought he was in the ball game. But he's still going to bring the tee, and he's holding it on the far side, getting ready to rush it in if they don't get the first down or the TD. Back to throw is Orn. No. Down at the 10-yard line on a good effort by Hillcrest. Coming away, Johnson, that would be 33, Rick Johnson, and number 54, Hatlevold. Well, let's see what they're going to do. Moore is going to set the tee down at the 17-yard line. He had a 25, kicked it from the 25-yard line in the first period. This would have to be back a little bit farther, 29-yard kick if he can get it in there. He'll kick the ball from the 19-yard line. The snap is high. It goes over everybody's head, and Hillcrest will take over at the 25-yard line. Now, that was something to see because the man putting the ball down reached up for it, sailed way over his head, and Moore was already in the move to kick the ball. He had to pull the leg back, retreat, and fall on it back at the 26-yard line. So Hillcrest have dodged the bullet once again. Hillcrest will come offensively now. And they're having trouble getting the chains down on the far side. We have 5:53 still remaining in the third period. Deuced in the backfield. Soholt, the quarterback, all the way since the relief of Walvatney. The first handoff on a little counter or crisscross or crossbuck, whatever you want to call it. And Rognus is hit down right smack at the line of scrimmage. Soholt has been in all the way, as we said, since replacing Walvatney. All right, up over the ball. Flank comes in the right side. The flanker is Ryan Johnson. Mundus, the deep man in the I formation. There's a hand up to Mundus. Mundus tries to get outside, turns the corner. There's a flag on the play, and we're going to see a clip or a hold on number 31, Bothan. Well, that's the second time that Mundus has rambled for pretty good yardage and then had a teammate get caught in a no-no. The hold will go against number 31. That'd be Bothan. And he'll step this one off. And Hillcrest deep in their own territory. I'm trying to recall if they've been over the midfield stripe today. Right, the one bad punt where Orange shanked the punt. They got the good field position, couldn't do anything with it. Since then, it has been all Underwood, and believe it or not, the score is still just 10-0. But Hillcrest still without any yardage to speak of in the ball game. Oh, now they run a cockeyed defense, or offense rather. They put a double split on the far side off to Mundus. Mundus tries to run with it. He's hit down. He got about 3 yards. He wanted to pass. Going downfield was Dyrud, but Dyrud was well covered downfield, so Mundus kept it, got over the 15 to about the 17-yard line. Now let's give it to you. They had a single setback. They had a slot on the far side, and then they split the end out there and set Mundus in behind him. They had a tandem on the far side. All right, let's see what they do this time. Dick Resbrut opening up everything, trying to get something going because the offense have done nothing. Flank comes right. They run out of an eye this time. There's a pitch back to Mundus. Mundus looks to throw. Mundus turns the corner, going to be hit down back at the 10-yard line. Lammers in there along with Lowell Peterson to make the stop. And Hillcrest will be forced to punt it away. And let me tell you, we said it earlier, I honestly believe that Lammers has been assigned to Mr. Mundus. Because wherever Mundus goes, Lammers will not be far behind. Mundus will go back in punt formation. Back at the midfield stripe, looking for the kick will be Orn. The snap, a high snap, goes over the head of Mundus. It'll go out of the end zone, safety. That puts Underwood out in front, 12-0. And that means that Underwood is going to have to kick the ball away. And Hillcrest going to kick the ball away. Underwood will have good field position after this one. They'll kick it from the 15. They have their choice of what type of kick to make. Boy, we've had it all. We've had a touchdown on a pass. We've had a safety. We've had a field goal. We haven't had any kind of a touchdown on a run as yet. All right, Mundus is going to punt it away. Back deep is Orn. Orn is back around his 13-yard line. That'd be a heck of a punt. How about the 17? Excuse me, but that's still going to be a heck of a punt. All right, there's a kick, an end-over-end kick. Taken at the 28, going to the far side is Schaub. Schaub comes back this way, got a flag on the play, and I think we're going to see a clip when you get one there. And from all intents, it'll go against Brooks Anderson. Brooks Anderson holding his hands up in disgust, and that I would have to assume that he was a no-no. Boy, I'd like to get one of those coaching jobs like at Lake Park where they can take the afternoon off and go watch football games. That's got to be it. All right, ready to go. Underwood will come offensively. They have a first down. At their 25, they deuce it in the backfield. Flank on the right side, out on the defense. There's a handoff to Lammers. He'll fight his way up to the 31-yard line. Now, there's one thing young kids should remember, running like Lammers now. When he was hit, he did not go down. He kept the legs churning and picked up a couple of extra yards. Second down, 4 yards to go as the ball goes up over the 31. Schaub comes out on the right side. Let's see if Orton will try to crank one here. Deuced in the backfield. Nope, off to Lammers. Lammers fights his way to the 35-yard line. Hatlevold coming off the tackle. Also over there was Newhouse. It'll be a third down, and we're going to have a measurement. A reminder, tonight we'll be at Pelican Rapids for Crosby Ironton's Rangers against the Pelican Rapids Vikings. Right here. looking at this ball game, Underwood have been in complete control of the ball game in spite of the fact that they have been in control of the ball game. They still only lead 12-0. And I'll tell you, Hillcrest defensive unit have been on the field since they left the school building. All right, it's enough for the first down. Underwood will come offensively. They deuce it in the backfield. They stuff Schaub as a flank on the right side. Orn barks out the signals. Orn drops back to throw. Pressure on him. Nope, he's got plenty. He drops the ball, and then it's popped for a loss by Rogness. Now, he started to throw that. The ball squirted out of his hand. He caught his own pass or fumble, whatever you want to go, and by that time, Rogness was breathing right down his tonsils and hit him down at the 32. 44, wasn't it? Oh. Okay, we'll have to back off, and it was Hatlevold, 54. We saw the 4. We thought the back had come up as he came through the line of scrimmage. I formation. There's a handoff to Lammers. Lammers fights his way over the 35 and up to about the 38-yard line. Newhouse, number 70, laying right on the back of him, and also coming away is Rick Johnson. "36 seconds remaining in the third period of play. Underwood up over the ball. It's been a scoreless third period. Underwood scored 2 points in this period, no touchdown. There's the pass right up the middle. Oh, Brooks Anderson turned around. That had to be on a count because Brooks Anderson turned around. Orn threw the ball to him, and when Anderson turned around, he got hit right in the chest with it. Oh, that must have smarted a little bit, but I think the thing that smarted most was that Orn had a perfect pass to him, and he couldn't get it. It'll be a fourth down. Back in punt formation, Orn. Back, 3 men back for Hillcrest. There's a snap, good snap. The kick, he got a high spiraling kick, not too far. Let's see what kind of a bounce. It takes a Hillcrest bounce and comes back to the 27-yard line in the territory of Hillcrest where the ball is down by Delane Kugler. That's another one of those 80 yards up and not far downfield as he got 15 yards on the boot. Well, Hillcrest, if they're going to get back in this one, got to get something going on this series of downs. They've had no offense as yet. And there's going to be the end of the third period. Underwood, 12. Hillcrest, nothing. We'll be back in 1 minute. 9:04 showing on the scoreboard clock. Hillcrest pretty well have to score on this drive to get back in the ball game, and they're not down that far. All right, just about ready to go again. Awful long time out this time. Pretty good crowd in here now. The crowd slow in coming in, but it has picked up since the ball game started. Now we're ready to go. All right, up over the ball come Hillcrest. Coming out on the left side, Ryan Johnson as they split him out, and they run that tandem now. Ryan Johnson right behind him is Mundus. Let's see what they do with this. Single setback is Rogness. There's a pass out to Mundus. Mundus gets a chance to run. They didn't get him a very good block, but he fought his way up to the 32-yard line. Moore is there, or 22-yard line. Moore is there to pop him. Also coming over there was Orn to put the pop on him. Mundus is limping, but what gives Mundus more trouble than the knee is the fact that the brace is pretty tight for him, and every once in a while he gets a little muscle knot in the back of that knee with it. Third down, about 1.5 yards, and of course they're in 4-down territory for 2 reasons. One, they're close, and one, because they're behind 12-0. All right, out of the eye. Soholt barks him out. Soholt, Mundus, he'll have the first down, as he goes inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. Orrin in on the defensive play. Mundus is really hobbling, and it's his right knee that's giving him the trouble now. We talked to him before the ball game, and he did make that statement. His right knee was bothering him now, and the left knee, the only thing giving him trouble there was the brace. Every once in a while it tightened up on him to the point where it bothered him a bit, and he is really hobbling out there right now. All right, deuced in the backfield. 7:59 to go in the ball game. There's a pitch back. Rognus trying to get outside. Lammers will eat him up as the blocker in that corner completely missed Lammers, and Lammers wrestled him down at the 21. Second down and 12. 7 minutes, 27 seconds remaining in the ball game. Now Mundus comes out on the right side as they split both halfbacks out now, and then they run with a single setback. Soholt, the quarterback. Soholt back to throw. Soholt looks, lays it out. Incomplete. At the goal line, intended for Mundus. He had double coverage, and you guessed it again. Lammers was right over there on him. The guy who really knocked the ball down was Brooks Anderson. Well, Hillcrest now with a big third down. 7-9. There's still a lot of time left, but as we said, Hillcrest got to get on the board this time down. Underwood, of course, says, nope, you shall not. Again, the single setback is Rognus as they put a halfback out on each side. Soholt back to throw. Soholt looks. Now in heavy traffic, decides to run. He's going to be hit for a loss. John Moore, the first one to get to him. Also there in the bottom of the stack is Philip Playley. And there's a flag on the play, and who's this going to go against? Holding against Underwood. Holding against Underwood. Ooh, that could put a little different complexion on things right now. Apparently someone grabbed Mundus as he was going down for the pass. They'll discuss this, and it shouldn't take over a week and a half to decide this one. There it is. There's the hold. Now they point it the other way. Well, we're going to have to wait and see. Now, the first time they signaled that penalty, they just signaled the penalty against Underwood. Then they come back, and then they made the signal against Hillcrest. Well, the penalty apparently against Hillcrest, but the guy in the striped shirt blew the call as far as the position to go. Timeout called by Hillcrest, 12-0. Underwood lead it with 7:01 to go in the fourth period. We'll be back in 30. Again. Let's explain that. When the flag had been thrown, the head official signaled that the penalty was against Underwood. Then in the discussion, it became that it was against Hillcrest, and all for naught because they declined the penalty anyway. It'll be fourth down and about 14 yards to go for Hillcrest as they have the ball back at Underwood's 24-yard line. 7:01 to go. Here's a big play. Both ball clubs, if Underwood can stop them, they'll take over here. If Hillcrest scores, they're back in the ball game. All right, here we go, up over the ball. They'll line up with a deuce in the backfield. They flank right and split left. They don't have enough men on the line of scrimmage. There's the flag. Soholt back to throw, incomplete. Right, there's the call because they did not have enough men up on the line of scrimmage. They had 5 guys in the backfield, and it is declined. Underwood will take over at the 22-yard line in their territory. 12-0, Underwood lead it. We still have 6:54 remaining in the ball game. Coming out on the right side now, Lowell Peterson flanks as they run out of a deuce. Horn's been the quarterback all the way for Underwood. Horn dropped the ball again and fell on the back of the 21. The 7th unofficial fumble for Underwood. And they've lost one. No, Horn's on the ball. And I think 5 of these fumbles, or 6 of these fumbles, have come on the snap at center. And you can bet your bottom dollar that Jerry Lano's going to have that center quarterback snapping for a while next practice. There's the pitch back to Lammers. Lammers turns outside, cuts inside, hit down at the 25-yard line as Rognus came over and popped him. Also over there to help Rognus was Newhouse. And it'll be second down and about 3rd down and about 9 yards to go. Got to wait for that down marker to move over there. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Underwood taking a lot of time back in the huddle this time as the clock rolls down now to 5:45, and of course that is Underwood's ally right now as they lead 12-0. Deuced in the backfield, flank left, Orn down the line, hands off to Lammers, and Lammers is going to get to the 25, and that's it. A whole host of red-shirted Comets there to pop him. Boston comes away. Hatlevold comes away. And you can throw in a few more. Walvotny is warming up again here on the sideline. Walvotny started at quarterback for Hillcrest. Could not get the offense going. Soholt came in, and the offense did not go under Soholt. So now looks like they're going to go back to Walvotny. Back in punt formation, Orn. A little trouble in that backfield. Now they got it set. Ready to snap. Good snap. Kick. High, booming kick this time. Fair catch called for at the 26-yard line by Mundus. 28 yards, that punt. And Hillcrest will have the ball back again. In the second half of this ball game, just that safety scored against Hillcrest. All right, up over the ball come Hillcrest. Rognus and Mundus the setbacks. And here's going to be a legal procedure against number 33, Rick Johnson. And it'll be first down and 15. Hillcrest quickly up over the ball again. 4:23 remaining. Underwood loosening up the defense, anticipating throw. Walvotny is in a quarterback. Walvotny back to throw. Walvotny in heavy traffic, and he bounces away from a couple and is hit down right at the 20-yard line. Lowell Peterson there to put the stop on him along with Brad Odegaard. 3:56 remaining. Hillcrest down 12-0 to the Underwood Rockets in an Agassiz Valley South football game. For Hillcrest Lutheran Academy, they lose this one, and there will be no hopes then of returning to the Hubert Humphrey Metrodome for any playdown, because that would just about put them out of any conference race. Walvotny drops back to throw. Walvotny looks, fires it out inside, incomplete. Pass intended downfield that time for Dyrud, but well overthrown. And this is the stage where the ball game gets long, when you got to try and come from behind and throw the ball up all the time. Clock stops after each incomplete pass. Up over the ball come Hillcrest. Mundus is the deep man in an I formation. Johnson flanks on the right side. Odd on the defense as they go with 3 down linemen. While Watney back to throw, fires it up. Intercepted by Brooks Anderson. Anderson is going to be hit down at the midfield stripe. And Underwood with great field position, they say actually at the 49 territory of Underwood, clock down to 3:09 remaining in the ball game. Underwood will come offensively. They got a dozen. Hillcrest still with zip. Up over the ball. Peterson comes out as a flank on the right side. They'll run out of the I formation with Odegaard. That's Brad Odegaard, the short man. There's back to throw is Orn. Orn looks. Orn gets the pass away. Incomplete. They short-hopped it at the 22 as trying to come up with that was Ryan Johnson. Rogness also there on the play. Good pressure that time on Orn as he threw out of a crowd. Second down and 10 yards to go. I formation, flank right. Orn down underneath. Orn pitches Lammers. Lammers turns inside. He breaks the tackle. He's at the 30. He's at the 20 and pops out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Hit out there by number 32, Ryan Johnson. Shed a couple of tackles on the play. Underwood with the first down now, just short of the 20-yard line in Hillcrest Lutheran Academy territory. I formation. Peterson flanks on the left. Orn the quarterback. Orn back to throw. Orn looks, fires it out into the corner. Incomplete. Pass intended out on the far side for Delane Kugler, but he had no chance to get to it. Good coverage over there that time by Ryan Johnson. And it'll be a second down and 10. Dyrud coming in the ball game for Hillcrest. Coming out of there will be Hatlevold. 2 minutes, 35 seconds remaining. Schaub goes out on the left side. Let's see if they run the slant. They've done that most of the time when he's come in. All right, now he turns. He cuts in on the slant. There they look for him. He's wide open. Oh, he dropped it. He had it in the end zone off that slant as he outlegged Ryan Johnson. It went right through his hands in the end zone. Well, you know that old saying, hit him in the worst place in the joint, right in the hands. And it'll be a third down. Boy, he was there. He went downfield about 10 yards, then ran the slant across, and he was wide open. 2:26 remaining. Underwood come out. Lowell Peterson on the right side. I formation, Orn barking out the signals. Orn on the draw to Lammers. Lammers up the middle. He'll get to the 15, and that's it. Nobody really fooled on the play. Defensively, up there to make the tackle, we get a look at Boston and Ryan Johnson. Well, we got a fourth down, and apparently they're not going to give Mr. Moore a shot at a field goal from this position. Taking a lot of time back in there. And here they come up over the ball. Let's see if Orn will go up in the O-zone right here. Orn drops back. Orn looks. Orn fires it up the middle. Oh, beautiful defensive play by Rogness as he tipped it away from Schaub at the last minute in the end zone. And Hillcrest will have the ball out at the 15-yard line. Good defensive play. It looked like Schaub was open all the way, and then Rogness just wheeled in front of him and deflected it out of play. Soholt comes back in the ball game at quarterback for Hillcrest. 1:41 remaining. Rogness and Mundus the two setbacks as they flank Johnson on the right side. Sohold on the draw to Mundus, puts the head down, and he will get out to the 16, and that's it. Moore wraps him up right there. Also there to help him out on the play was Philip Playley. And I hope we're not slaughtering that name. P-L-A-Y-L-E. Playley. That's the way it looks to us. If we're wrong, that'll be the first time. Ah. All right, ready to go. Out of the I formation, Soholt rolls right. Soholt pitches off, this time to Bothan. Bothan down the sideline, going to be hit out of bounds. He gets out to the 25-yard line. That'll be enough for the first down. Just over the 25, and we're down to the final minute of the ball game, 58 seconds remaining. 12-0. And boy, I'll tell you, Hillcrest not going to show much offense in this ball game. In fact, the second half, there's not been much offense on either side. 47 yards for Hillcrest in the ball game. There's going to be procedure. Number 88, Dyrute Poppin. They'll step back off 5. Hillcrest with 47 yards in the ball game. Underwood have about what? Well, we'll know in just a minute. 2:10 for Underwood at this point. We'll try to keep it from there. Or 2:19, excuse me. All right, there we are. Hillcrest will come offensively out of the eye. Soholt barks him out. Soholt rolls left. Soholt looks. Soholt fires it out of sight, incomplete. Boy, he had Johnson down here wide open, and he threw short to Rogness and underthrew him. Well, when things don't go right, you know, when it rains, it rains. When it pours, and that's just about what's happened to Hillcrest, as Underwood have dominated this ball game. 219 yards offensively. They've held Hillcrest at just 47 yards. Hillcrest have been to the midfield stripe, this unofficial, just one time. That was 2 times. That's right. They were there a little while ago. All right, ready to go. Mundus way out on the left side. Let's see if Soholt will try to hit him. Here comes Lammers over to play him nose on nose. There's Soholt. He lays it up. Mundus has it knocked away. Good defensive play again by Brooks Anderson. They get a double team on Mundus every time he came out. And it'll be a 3rd down. Third down and 15 yards to go as the clock shows. 43 seconds remaining. Underwood will be going to 2-1 on the season, and Hillcrest will drop off to 1-2. More important for Underwood, they will stay unbeaten in the South Division of the Aggie Valley Conference. Soholt back to throw. Soholt looks, fires it out on the side, incomplete as the pass was intended for Sealand. On the far side, he threw it out of bounds. No chance to get to it. And we have a 4th down and still 37 seconds remaining in the ball game. Rogness coming back in as Bothan will come out. A good afternoon for football, just cool and crisp enough to make it a Minnesota football day. All right, ready to go. Out of a deuce in the backfield. Soholt back to throw again. Soholt looking. Soholt now decides to run. Jukes out of a couple and is hit down as he gets to the 25-yard line. Oh, had he put his head down, he'd have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's all. But he went down just 10 yards short of the first down, and Underwood will take over at the 25 in the territory of Hillcrest. Reminder tomorrow at 9:15. The Oats LeGrand Show. All you coaches, male or female, come in and tell us about what's happened to your ball clubs this week. 13 seconds. This will probably be the last play of the ball game. There's Orrin just kneeling down, and that'll be it. So that means 219 yards for Underwood in the ball game. And Hillcrest take a timeout. $51 yards for Hillcrest, 219 for Underwood. Reminder again that we'll be at Pelican Rapids tonight. Pelican Rapids and the Crosby Ironton Rangers. Game time 7:30. They deuce it in the backfield. Orrin just going to hatch the ball right here. Orrin just runs back with it. There it is. Underwood win it 12-0. We'll be back in 1 minute. Look at it. In the first period, Underwood got on the board on a 70-yard drive, started from their 10-yard line and went down, and Moore kicked the ball from the 15 through the uprights, made it 3-0 at 1:25 of the period, and that's the way the first period ended. Then Orrin hit Brooks Anderson at a 15-yard aerial at 11:39 of the second period, made it 9-0. Moore again kicked it through the uprights. It was 10-0 at halftime. Then a safety on a high snap over the head of Mundus out of the end zone in the third period, made it 12-0. That's the way the third period ended. The final score 12-0. We'll be back with more in 1 minute.
Say, how do you like my new running shoes?
They're beautiful,
Yeah,
Grady.
they're made by Nike.
That's Nike.
It's Nike.
It's pronounced Nike.
Why do you pronounce Like?
Like?
Hike.
Hike.
So Nike is...
Nike. Nike makes a lot of different shoes. In addition to all kinds of running shoes, Nike makes court shoes, cleated shoes, even kids and leisure shoes.
Well, I may not have knew how to pronounce Nike, but I know one thing.
What's that?
There's some great shoes, and I'm going to start running to work every day. I ain't going.
I'd also like to remind you of another of our wonderful sponsors. That's the Urbank Live Bait. They remind you that their minnows are guaranteed to catch fish, or at least they'll die trying. They also like to remind you that they are happy to bring football from the Otter Tail area to all you sports fans, and want to wish all these high school athletic teams, be they the girls' teams or the boys, the best of luck in '83. Well, taking a look individually, first of all, team total-wise, Underwood with 216 yards total, Hillcrest with just 51 yards. Lammers was the game's big rusher, 22 carries, 104 yards, and passing-wise, 7 for 17 for Orrin, good for 131 yards. So that's about it. Hillcrest losing here this afternoon. Their record goes to 1-2. For the Underwood Rockets, their record now goes to 2-1. In the Southern Division for Underwood, they are now 1-0, and for Hillcrest, they drop in the Southern Division to 0-2. So that score again, 12-0. Underwood winning it. For Oats LeGrand, it's good afternoon and back to our studio.